Tempest is going to go ahead and drop down to his robotics facility. Might see some Immortals and some Colossi come out of that. And, yep, like I said, right now, both players are pretty much just macroing up in their base, and I did actually talk with them a little bit via email, and both of them said they very, very heavily favor kind of macroing up, building up their forces a huge amount, and then just going in and soldering their opponent, which it looks like is probably what Borg and Tempest are going to try to do, you know, playing off of their strong points. And since both of them kind of have the same playstyle, we'll have to see what's going to happen here. You know, a lot of people don't like watching Protoss versus Protoss because they say it's kind of not really that dynamic, but I really kind of like watching. You know, Protoss has some of the most diverse unit mix in the StarCraft 2. They have a lot of new abilities. You know, Zerg, they got a couple of new things. Terran, they definitely got some new things. But Protoss, I mean, there's such different mechanics, like the Sentry Force Field, and, you know, Colossus walking up and down ridges, and Immortals, which definitely are the MVPs of the past two games. I think they have just been a great game changer for these two players, and unfortunately for Tempest, Borg was able to use them to their fullest in the first two games, so we'll have to see how Tempest kind of reacts to being down 0-2 with this game. Like I said, he was able to get up this expansion, definitely did a good job of holding off Borg, and now he's able to fully utilize that. Let's take a look at the economy here. It looks like Tempest does have a slight economic advantage, probably because he transferred down so many probes and did his expansion a little bit earlier than Borg, so it's a little bit more established. In terms of army count, let's take a look at that. It looks like Borg definitely does have kind of a bigger army right now. But, you know, this could still go either way, because Tempest is going to go ahead and put down a lot more production buildings. Wow, he has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gateways, 2 robotics facility, and a robotics bay coming in. So we're definitely going to see some heavy Immortals, probably some Colossi running around here as well. And he is going to go ahead and hop on that weapons upgrade. That was something else that Tempest kind of used to his advantage early in the last couple games. He was able to get that weapons upgrade really early. BorgBear is going to go ahead and use his force field to take out most of Tempest's zealots and whatnot, and definitely looks like he took out an Immortal there as well. And he is going to kind of go ahead and run back because he sees there are a couple more Immortals, there's some cannons, and he's probably not going to be able to take that out just by brute force alone, combined with Tempest's ability to reinforce, since it is his main base. He is able to get off another couple kills here. It looks like this Zealot does have his foot caught in the force field, and he almost lived, but no, he just died a horrible death, whereas this one was able to live. Lucky guy. He does bring in a whole lot more Zealots. This is something Tempest did kind of incorrect the last couple games, is he'll kind of overly place emphasis on Zealots, and these Colossi will just rip them up to shreds, as they are going to do right now if they engage. But Tempest is smart. He is going to go ahead and run back and realize he's not going to be able to take those out with the forces that he has. Tempest is going to go ahead and continue to warp in Zealots here, and he's also getting a Colossus of his own. And, oh, he's building one more. Yep, 2 Colossus total, and he is getting the extended thermal lance upgrade. So if Tempest is able to actually build up his forces enough, he will be able to overpower BorgBear. So we will have to see what happens here. BorgBear is actually getting a Void Ray. We will have to see what happens with that. If he is able to get in and kind of snipe off a lot of Tempest's economy, that may be able to kind of put him back in the game a little bit. BorgBear is going to go ahead and push up a little bit more, trying to use some force fields to take off some of these units. However, Tempest is able to pull back the majority of his forces to safety. He does have enough of them to still kind of hold off any sort of major assault by Borg. Borg did in here he killed the pylon, completely rendering these warp gates useless. They are nothing other than giant metal walls at this point, protecting this wonderful little photon cannon who has 3 kills. So he might be the MVP for this game. I don't know. We will have to see. Uh-oh. Borg is getting in here with the Void Ray. He is actually working on the warp gate. That's probably kind of a little bit of a mismicro. You don't generally want to attack with the Void Ray until you're actually able to attack what your target is, because you're kind of saying, hey, I've got a Void Ray in your base, and I'm going to give you, you know, 5, 6, 7 seconds to react to it before I actually start doing the damage that I want to do. So something you got to watch out for in the future. But Tempest is going to go ahead and warp in Stalkers to try to kill this Void Ray. However, this is going to be a race to the death. Either this Nexus is going to come out on top or the Void Ray. And wow, that was super close. That Void Ray almost took it down. Took it down to 69 hit points. That is just amazing. So definitely a good job by Tempest catching that at the last second, literally. So BorgBear is going to go ahead and fall back here a little bit. He is going to send in a second Void Ray, probably to finish that off. Definitely a good move. Try to deny Tempest some of his economic advantage at this point. However, he has so many Colossi, I'm really not sure it's going to be able to be enough damage at this point to really make any huge difference. We will see, though. Yep, this Void Ray is going to go ahead and finish off this Nexus. These poor probes are not going to have any place to drop off their minerals, and unfortunately for this Void Ray, he is... Stop! Oh, come on, target! Yes, he got it! Alright, good job, go team. He was able to get that, that Nexus, forcing all these probes to kind of do the long haul with their resources, but we'll have to see what Tempest is going to do here. He may just decide to attack, push ahead, and end this now. He certainly does have the unit count to be able to do that. Let's take a look at the army again here. It looks like Tempest has pulled ahead in the army just a tiny bit, 102 to 94. He does have a little bit more Colossi. I would say if they were to attack, probably Tempest would win this, but we will have to see how this plays out. Tempest is going to go ahead and reinforce with a few more Stalkers. And here is the giant battle. It looks like Borg was going to go ahead and send in a Phoenix to kind of scout around a little bit. However, this is not really going to help at this point, as Borg is definitely going to fall back. He does realize he is at an army disadvantage. This fight, oh wow, this is just going down so quickly. The Colossi are making short work of everything BorgBear has. Yet this just is pretty much over. Yep, there's the GG from BorgBear. This is pretty much going to conclude the Game 3 Best of 5 series with BorgBear versus Tempest, and we're going to go ahead and go on to Game 4.